Hello, everybody. As most of you will recognize me, this is Mrs. Griego, your librarian from Sapeo Elementary. I'm also known as Miss Good Book by the little ones. The younger ones call me Miss Good Book. I have some wonderful news for all the students at Sapeo Elementary. We are going to be doing, I and a bunch of other people are going to be doing some stories for you that you will be able to access on your television. Your teacher will be given a link, and then she will be able to access the story time that we're going to have. But this is not going to be any ordinary stories or any ordinary journey. Our storytellers are coming from all walks of life. I'll have artists, musicians, teachers, nurses, doctors, muralists, activists, and so on. They're role models and they're mentors who have accomplished much in their lifetime because of dedication, passion, and perseverance. Storytelling and or listening to stories is a way of connecting with people and cultures. I always tell my students that I have traveled the world over through books. I have learned about different foods, places, people, and also I've been around the wonderful, fabulous smells of the street markets in Mexico, in Marrakesh, Italy, and Spain. I've hiked the Alps in Switzerland, walked El Camino de Santiago in Spain, and enjoyed the flamenco dancers in Granada. I have walked the mirrored halls of the Palace of Versailles in Paris and seen the Mona Lisa, the famous painting by Leonardo da Vinci, at the Louvre in Paris. Marveled at the statue of David by Michelangelo in Florence, Italy. Oh, and how about the Colosseum and the Vatican in Rome? And guess what? I did it all through library books, reading library books. Whether you're 2 or 22, everyone enjoys listening to a good story. So hop on to our Storytime train and listen to all kinds of genre, including biographies, folk tales, legends, seasonal and holiday stories, poetry, plus many others. And our first story, hopefully, will air on Friday, this Friday, October 29th, I should say, if everything goes well. It will be a beautiful, scary story for Halloween. Don't miss it. Remember, all of you, through books, through reading, through education, all of you have the ability to realize your dreams. It does take hard work, but you can do it. Si se puede. Thank you, and I hope that you will enjoy our stories as much as we will enjoy bringing them to you. Thank you. Every fall, as the end of October draws near, children can hardly wait. Soon it will be Halloween, a celebration that started from ancient times and different customs, and that today provides all kinds of spooky fun. It is glowing jack-o'-lanterns, black cats, funny or scary costumes, candied apples, scary stories, and the best fun of all, trick-or-treating. Well, tonight's hometown storyteller is frightful and not very pretty, and goes by the name of Doña Sebastiana. She attended schools at East Las Vegas, starting with Paul D. Henry Elementary, Castle Junior High, and Robertson High School. After 2 years at Highlands University, she joined VISTA, which stands for Volunteers in Service to America. She served as a volunteer for 1 year in Florida, working with after-school programs for young children, working with civil rights issues, and also with voter registration in the African American community. Upon returning to Las Vegas, she graduated from New Mexico Highlands University and went into business as owner of the Alfadel Hotel, one of very few Latina business women at that time. After 30 years, she sold her business and enjoys life working on social causes and hanging out with her grandchildren. So, Doña Sebastiana's story tonight is entitled Hairy Toes. I hope you enjoy it. I sure did. On this spooky night of Halloween, we have Dona Sebastiana here to tell you a ghostly story. Let's see, where is she? Oh, I think that is her. Go ahead, Dona Sebastiana, with your ghost story.
Hi, dears. I am so happy to be here with you tonight on the best time of my night. This is my favorite night. But first, before we get started, I need you to do something for me. I want you to look to the left, look to the right, look under your chair and under the table, and make sure that you do not see any hairy toes. Once there was an old woman who went to the woods to dig up some roots to cook. She was hungry, so she wanted to make dinner. She spotted something funny sticking out of the leaves and dug around until she uncovered, a great big hairy toe. There was some good meat on that toe, though, which would make a real tasty dinner. So the old woman put it in her basket and took it home. When she got back to her cottage, the old woman boiled up a kettle full of hairy toe soup, which she ate for dinner that night. It was the best meal she'd had in weeks. The old woman went to bed that night with a full stomach and a big smile. Then, along about midnight, a cold wind started blowing the tops of the trees. Around the old woman's house, a large black cloud crept over the moon, and from the woods a hollow voice mumbled, "Hairy toe, hairy toe, I want my hairy toe." Inside the house, the old woman stared uneasily in her bed, and nervously she pulled the cover over her ears. From the woods there came a stomp, 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 stomp noise as the wind whistled and jerked at the treetops. In the clearing of the edge of the forest, a hollow voice said, "Hairy toe, hairy toe, I want my hairy toe." Inside the house, the old woman shuddered and turned over in her sleep. A stomp, stomp, stomping sound came from the garden path outside their cottage. The night creatures shivered in their burrows as the hollow voice howled, "Hairy toe, hairy toe, I want my hairy toe." Inside the house, the old woman snapped awake. Her whole body shook with fright as she listened to the angry howling in the garden. Jumping out of bed, she ran to the door and barred it. Once the cottage was secure, she lay back down to sleep. Suddenly, the front door of the cottage burst open with a bang, snapping the bar in two and sending it flying into the corners of the room. There came a stomp, 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 stomp noise of the giant feet walking up the stairs. Peeping out from under her covers, the old woman saw a massive figure filling her doorway. It said, "Hairy toe, hairy toe, I want my hairy toe." The old woman sat bolt upright and shouted, "I ate your hairy toe." "Yes, you did," the giant figure said, very gently as he advanced into the room. No one living in the region ever saw the old woman again. The only clue to her disappearance was a giant footprint a neighbor found pressed deep into the loose soil of the meadow beside the house. The footprint was missing a left big toe.
And that, my children, we can now let you know, reveal that Doña Sebastiana is actually Angela Irene Wolff. Thank you so much, Irene, for sharing that story with us. We appreciate it. I know the students at Mateo Sena Elementary really appreciate it too. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Until next Halloween. Be good.